problem. If I record on my end, it's still going to be backup.
Gotcha.
Or patron bonus.
Trying to wait till I see us live here on... It says we're live on YouTube, but when I go to your page, it does not say live. There we are.
Oh, goodness.
There we are.
Live.
Okay. Now I'm going to go...
Bobby's stream people.
We'll see if they come over. I'll see if Sean sends them over or not. Ready?
Hashtag Bobby stream.
It's a great way to start the show. So it is Monday night, and after a long, terrible day, because even if your day was good, it was still a Monday. After this long, terrible day, you're sitting back, hopefully having a nice little drink, and you're wondering to yourself, what's coming out? I don't know why I lost it there. How was the weekend? What happens with all that other on your phone? And how much can one guy spend at a trip to the greatest electronics store in the world? Well, let's find out.
And I definitely suck. There's something special about my suckiness.
Let's run that one again.
And I definitely suck. There's something special about my suckiness.
He's a creeper too.
It's Forget How to Use a Soundboard with Dave Moore and Johnny Casino. I'm your dude, Dave Moore. That's Johnny Casino.
God, it's been a day, Dave. Dave.
I'm aware, John. I'm aware.
Dave, I have been in this funk, and I can't explain it. Sean actually perked me up a little bit this morning when he basically tried to type out our intro to us, and then I had to sadly write back that it wasn't going to happen until tonight. But I've been in this funk. I'm hoping this show is going to pull me out of it a little bit. I have a glass here. I ran out of beer. My kegs went dry. So see all this here? I filled this up with bourbon.
Whoa, that's a lot of bourbon. For those who are listening on iTunes, which let's admit is almost 300% of our audience is listening on iTunes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
John held up a pretty big. Sizable amount of bourbon.
I mean, I don't know if context. I mean, I guess you can see it compared to my hand there. So it's a wine glass, like a stemless wine glass, that I filled up a little too far with bourbon. Now there's ice in there too that's melted, and that's the way I have to drink. Like I can't drink it straight; it's a little too warm, and it's got a little too much bite. I put the ice in there; it melts the ice, it cuts the bite a little bit. But this has some really good flavor to it. But there is a lot of it in there, like maybe at least one shot too many. So we'll see how the end of the show goes.
That's good. That's the way this show's supposed to end. John's supposed to be a little bit buzzed.
Yeah, maybe more than a little bit after this one.
That's a lot of bourbon, to be honest. I probably shouldn't drink that much bourbon. I went to the bar arcade. Did I talk about the bar arcade on here?
Did you do it this weekend?
I mean, it was kind of this weekend. If you count, meaning like my weekend.
Okay, hold on. Ready? God, you are right about not knowing how to operate a soundboard today.
My ass took a pounding this weekend.
Hey, Dave, how was your weekend?
You get to turn it up, John. That's how that works. You get to turn Sean up so we can hear it.
Turn him on and turn him up.
Or turn me on with my power button tattoo on my back. That's a real thing. All right.
Is that like a
John.
Target? Never mind. We're not
going
there.
We not talked about my tattoo?
You have a tattoo?
Yeah.
No. No.
I can't. We haven't. I mean, you and I haven't specifically talked about this, like just not on the air.
No, I did not know you had a tattoo.
Okay, I have a single tattoo. It's on my back. It's a power button.
Where on your back? Tell me it's on your lower back. Please, please, please be a tramp stamp.
No, it's like up here, like up on my top shoulder.
Is it dead center or is it off to one side?
Dead center.
See, why'd you not put it off to one side so you can put a select button on the other side?
That's a pretty good idea.
I mean, no, it's still a terrible idea.
I mean, okay, but anyway, that's the thing.
Now, does it look like an NES, like the original NES controller start button?
No, it looks like the Mac power button, like the Apple logo.
You couldn't even like go on like old school controller?
I mean, it's like old school like PC.
What if? Let's talk tattoos for a second.
Okay,
yeah, Dave just almost admitted to having a tramp stamp, Grouchy. Almost. So
almost, except I don't have one. So let's not spread the fact that I don't have a tramp stamp.
So if you were getting like a controller tattooed on you, I mean, and I don't. This is how my week's gone, right? My mind is in weird places because I'm picturing a very bad place. You get like an N64 tattoo. like the N64 controller.
Whoa, yeah, no.
and it would wrap around and go down, and sometimes you'd use the joystick in the middle. Sometimes you'd use the side pieces with the D-pad.
You're never sure which to grab onto.
I mean, yeah, it's always awkward.
It's always in context of the game you're playing.
It should never look like that.
Oh, Jesus.
God, Dave, I needed this, Dave. It has been a week. My weekend wasn't bad.
If you could get any controller, now we're talking about this. If you could get only one controller tattooed on your body.
Oh, I'd get the NES controller, the original Nintendo one.
Really though?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you don't
okay,
feel like
so
that's too, like that feels like it would be like everybody else. Like I feel like that's what everybody does to be like, I'm cool. I'm a retro gamer. I got the NES controller tattoo. Like you got to do something.
Okay, so hold on. Let's talk about tattoos and people doing them just to be cool. All right. Because I have a big Huh?
I got mine, just in context. I got it because my friend was interning as a tattoo artist.
Oh,
so
okay.
She needed people to come in and get free tattoos.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I said I'm coming in, I guess.
My first tattoo I'm not like overly proud of. Like it's not terrible or anything, but it's one I picked off a wall, right? But here's the thing, right? So I would get the original NES controller because that's what I grew up with. Like that's the one I had when I was young. That's what I basically started with. I still enjoy it, right? It's not like I'm some young punk kid trying to go back to that. Now here's the thing. There's a tattoo that has become popular. I say become popular over the last 10 or 15 years or more now, of like swallows. Have you seen these, like the little bird that people put on their shoulders?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, so there's these tattoos, and they'll get them like up on their chest or on their shoulder or on the back of these like swallow, I believe is the bird. And these people get it because it got real trendy. Now, I wanted one because it has naval significance, right? So the way it was when this tattoo first came around, it was a tattoo that you basically you wouldn't earn it in the way that like once you did something, you got the tattoo, but it's like you did this thing and then you, in theory,
you have the right to get this tattoo.
So it's after you sailed a certain number of miles, and I don't remember what it is. Ben actually might remember. I think he's listening. So, but he might remember. But you go a certain number of miles, and then you can get that tattoo. But the problem is, and because I've done that many miles multiple times over, I wanted to get two of them in the old Navy fashion, but it became so trendy that I just wouldn't do it. So, but anyway, that's all back to say I would not do the N64 down there.
No.
I would do the NES controller. Ooh, I could do, this is a thought, because I've been wanting to get more tattoos. My only reason I haven't is because I don't want to spend the money. I could get one like right in here on this arm, like on the inner side, and then like the Super Nintendo one on this arm.
That'd be cool.
I could do that. That would be cool. I wanted to get a tattoo that said "Some Die Nameless" somewhere on me. It's a saying I thought I liked a lot. I still think I like it. What would you get, Dave?
I already have one. I don't think I want more.
Well, but if you were to get a controller,
I think like the purple GameCube controller is iconic.
It is iconic. I will give it to you. Is that like your time period?
Yeah, because it would be PS2 GameCube era.
Yeah,
would be when I grew up, which is, I mean.
So hold on. So
I had an N64 in the 90s.
Yeah, 1990. The GameCube. Close to the GameCube.
Yeah. Okay, so Ben has thrown it out there. The Swallow, 500 nautical miles or crossing a sea, which I've done.
I don't do a show called Generational Gamers.
Yeah, dude. Hey, I do that show. It comes out on Wednesday.
Really? Oh.
I finally got it all set up. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Dave.
Yeah.
I want to hear about going to this barcade. Did you talk?
Oh, back to the barcade.
Yeah.
When I got to play Mario Kart Double Dash at the barcade, that was fun. And then I went to
an arcade version of it, or did it have like the consoles?
No, they had the console hooked up. They have two big flat screen TVs that are like outside, like in the front, and they're usually playing Mario Kart 64, and then they were playing Mario Kart Double Dash and 64 like side by side.
Oh, dude, both of those games. Yeah. So 64 for the battle, not for the racing. Double Dash for either.
If you look at 64 and Double Dash side by side,
it's night and day, dude.
64 looks like garbage.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, Oh, it's bad. Like Double Dash still. I mean, maybe this is just nostalgia, but nostalgia. Maybe it's just looking at it through like that idea.
Hold on. So our chat is nice and lively today, which I appreciate. I have to touch on this on what someone else would get for their controller tattoo. So Grouchy Surge, our good friend Grouchy Surge, said that he would get the Switch controller because he can go tabletop on the TV or handheld.
What? Yep, he wins. You could get a Joy-Con.
That was my nickname in high school.
I'm gonna get a Joy-Con in each. I don't know. I got
each
multiple.
cheek?
Like, yeah, I got two of lots of things.
Could you get like the Rock Band drum kit, just like 2 on your legs and 2 on your cheeks?
Sure. Actually, if I were to get video game related tattoos, I'd probably get like the Rock Band bass guitar symbol.
Would you get like up the back of your leg?
Could be like an ankle tattoo.
You think that's okay? There was a guy on the boat. There was a guy on my boat who I think it was my first boat, who got an ankle tattoo, and he kept telling us it was a shark, but it was clearly a dolphin. And it was so great. He took, because here's the thing, right? So being in the Navy on a submarine is kind of like being in a frat house. Like, you're gonna take shit for anything you do. Like you will take shit unless you are the most protected person ever.
It's like camp.
Yeah. I mean, except for without the flutes and trombones and buttholes and stuff.
That is not camp. That's band camp. Those are two very specifically different things. I've gone to both.
Oh, have you? I have not.
I tell you, one is more fun than the other, but I'm not going to tell you which.
Hi, David Ray. Oh man. Oh, this is good stuff. I needed this, Dave.
That was the best joke I've ever had.
It might have been. It might have been. You're finally funny. You didn't have to ask permission on that one.
I know. I got approved by Johnny Casino.
Oh man, Dave.
Yeah. Wait. So this bar arcade, I ended up playing Double Dash. They're like, hey, you guy, and they handed me a controller, made me play around. That was fun.
Did they then like shortly after regret it?
No, I lost though. It's just surprising to anybody. But I went to go try these like slush puppies that people were raving about that they have up there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that the lemon lime one with rum in it was really good.
Oh, dude, you need to go to Jamaica and get some rum punch, dude. That stuff is
stop
so
talking to me about
good.
I want it so bad.
That rum punch was so good. You know, so here's the thing, right? So when I bought what I'm drinking, and Grouchy said he's going to start drinking during our night shows. If you notice, I drink in every night show. Actually, I drink in every show I do after work. So even if it's a morning show, but I'm coming off the night shift, I have a drink.
Anything that's John's evening, he's drinking.
Yeah. Normally not.
I thought about buying beer specifically because I don't usually keep beer in my house. Yeah. It's just a weird thing. I thought about specifically having it just for this night show though.
Yeah,
like,
no,
we're doing
it's
2 of
good.
these a week, so I figured I should get some. Like, I just have it just for this show.
It's a nice thing. I mean, I usually have a drink in the evening anyway, maybe 2, right? So I usually
only drink when I go out.
Oh, see, that's the difference. I don't drink when I go out. I mean, if I go to a bar, that's never. So.
You never go to bars?
Nah, not in years. Like,
so
I go.
We gotta go to a bar.
I mean, yeah, if we get together, go to a bar. If you come out here, if we can arrange this at some point, I will take you to a tap or a, what do they call it? It's one of the micro breweries. They have a little thing, you can sit down and have their beer and stuff. It's really good.
They're really good.
Yeah. So, Dave.
Yes, John.
I had some days off.
Good. Happy for you.
And some stuff happened during these days off.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was busy. I had to work.
Yeah, you were working on my days off this time. Our days off did not line up. So during my days off, I was having some phone issues. So iOS 11 point whatever came out, right? The next update after the update that really messed up my world.
Mm-hmm.
And
destroyed the podcast app.
Yeah, and I was looking through like the update notes, and I don't think it's going to fix any of the stuff that it messed up from the one before. I'm assuming they're still working on that, if they are at all, which I would guess they are. But I couldn't even update my phone, and I started deleting every app that I could. I deleted Facebook because I never use it. I deleted all my job searching apps because I don't use them enough that I can just do the web version. And I could not free up enough space to do this. Now, what I realized later, and I don't know why I didn't think about it then, but I could have plugged it into iTunes and just done it through iTunes because it just downloads it to the computer and installs it. That doesn't take up as much room.
I saw your picture, dude, of the other. I didn't know how to help you.
Yeah, so I finally look at it, and I don't remember seeing this before, but with this last update is when the first time I noticed this. I had 3/4 of my storage was other, and I don't know what it is. So I started scouring the internet. Right.
So it's got to be like messages and stuff.
But it's not. But that falls under, like, the more messages you have, that falls under your message app. Like that. Like, if you look at your messenger app, it'll tell you how much it's taking, and that's part of that.
See, that's weird.
Yeah. So when I look at what other, and it's like cache stuff and like pictures that have gone but not really, and whatever else. So I did some looking at how to get rid of it. So I like completely wiped my Safari and a few other things. I took off some apps. I put them back on.
I can't remember the last time I cleared the cache on my Safari.
Yeah, well,
speaking of this, I looked at my phone, John.
Yeah.
Just to look at my storage, I have 98 gigs of availability space.
Okay,
so because I bought the 120 gigabyte phone.
Oh yeah, well, I'm
kind of like, well, I guess I could have had a 64, but good to know.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the 64 when I get another one, but I want to tell you what I have now. So before I had 14.5 gigs used.
So other.
Well, yeah, that was my used, and most of it was other. Now I'm down to 9.9, and that's gone up a little bit. So I cleared at least 5 or 6 gigs of other. No, actually, this is still calculated. So 9.7. This actually might be, 9.7. But still, over half of that 9.7 is other. So I had to back up my phone, and I got real scared when I was doing this. Right? So I had to back up my phone, and then wipe the phone, like start from like it's a brand new phone. But luckily I had it hooked up, and I was able to just restore it, and it just restored everything back to normal. Like I had to put my thumbprints back in, hook it up to like the Wi-Fi again, stuff like that. But that was it. Like all my passwords, all that stuff was still there.
That's minimal.
Yeah, but you know what blew my mind was when I was doing this, like part of the startup procedure. Sorry, Ben. He's the only one that's gonna understand why I shouldn't have said that. Part of this,
I don't understand.
No. Ben will be the only one. But part of it, like it says, hey, do you have a computer or do you have like an iPhone or another, like an iPad with iOS 11 on it that you can put it next to your iPhone and hit a button?
It'll grab all the Wi-Fi passwords. And
it'll do everything.
Yeah, is it great?
That's so impressive. Great. Now I don't like.
No. Let me go on my small rant here.
Okay.
This is why Apple kills it in software.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
Over Microsoft, it's the only thing they do better. Because guess what? We got new Wi-Fi. We got a new Wi-Fi network in this house. It's a boring story. I tell you about it. It's a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
And they used a default password. So it's like this like mix of lowercase and uppercase letters and numbers.
Oh yeah.
God, it's so bullcrap because it used to be a network that I set up with a password that people could remember. Anyway, and they did it while I wasn't here. So I have no control over it. But, John.
Yeah.
When I set up my Apple devices, everything just reconnected because it's just smart enough to figure that out.
Yeah, it's nice. Like,
go Apple. Hello, people. This is why you have an iPhone and a Mac.
Yeah, but I don't have a Mac because I hate Macs.
But it's okay because your iPad didn't.
Well, it could have if I had. Like, the only iPad in the house is my son's, and I'm not gonna like sync those two to each other. Screw that. My wife might be able to do it with her Mac if she needed to.
Right.
But anyways, it was nice. Like, it worked out well. It took off a bunch of stuff. I realized that I don't really need a bigger phone. I just need less other. Like, that would do it all for me.
You'd appreciate a bigger phone though, Joe.
Oh no. Like, there have been times when I've almost said screw it and went and bought an iPhone 8. Like,
just don't do the mistake again. Just next time you buy a phone, pay the extra $100.
Well, now the smallest one they make is 64, and that's more than enough.
Oh yeah, no, 64 is fine.
Like 32 is I've never had an issue with even 32. Like back when I had a Windows phone, which by the way, still miss that phone.
I still miss my NV3, but nobody cares about that.
Yeah, no. I told someone I still miss my Windows phone. They're like, I miss my my Raspberry, and I'm just like, that's what it was, right? Blueberry, Blackberry.
Blackberry, John.
Apparently, they had an off-brand called a Raspberry. or I'm just an idiot today because
They
Dave,
had
I went to work today, Dave.
They had a chocolate bar phone too.
What?
You remember the chocolate bar?
No.
I swear to God, that was the name of the phone, but that's what everybody called it at least.
I don't know what you're talking about, but
John, I moved the litter box in here.
yeah.
Oh, it smells.
Oh, well, that's dumb. Dave's laughing at me for saying raspberry. Thanks. Dave, I went to work today and we use a computer program to like connect to our plants.
Cool.
And I'm hardwired into the internet at work from my work computers.
I'm very confused why you're talking to your plants. I mean, it is fall time, John.
Yeah,
and
well,
and the leaves are falling, but
not those kind of plants. These are like industrial plants. But anyway, yeah, very funny, Dave.
Joke's not approved by Johnny.
No. I'll give you that one. It wasn't funny, but I'll let you have it. And I found out they're doing this multi-factor authentication thing.
Yeah, those are annoying.
Yeah.
Although they're really smart to do that.
Yeah, okay, first of all, who's going to hack our plants? But whatever. But also, I'm like hardwired. Like this was supposed to just be people that had like computers at home that they used. And so it made work about 10 times more difficult today because they're still working out all the bugs. And so like after just being already in this like kind of like shitty sour mood for a while today, like it made it even worse. And now I can't talk or use my soundboard. Properly.
Doesn't it make you mad when they like do that? So like basically I'm assuming your computers work like most labs do, like design labs, where like basically every machine is its own partition of like this generic operating system that they boot up to every single time. Probably something similar to this. Yeah. And they'll refresh it and change it ever so slightly, but there'll be bugs. But the bugs will constantly come back. And even if they fix them, they don't stay fixed. So it's the only thing I don't miss about working in like controlled computer environments.
Yeah, no, it's stupid and it never works right. But to end this whole technology rant, I'm glad. So we got Sir Scal talking to us in the Twitch chat, and he had to also had to reload his whole phone. So it's I hate to see that other people had to do it, but it's good to know it's not just me.
I also still haven't booted up the operating system on my PS4. Update.
Oh, and David wants to know if you're talking about the LG chocolate. Was that the phone?
No, I swear it was made by BlackBerry.
Oh.
But
I mean, who wants blackberries in their chocolate? The raspberry chocolate, blueberry and chocolate.
Ooh, I had these blueberry, like dark chocolate blueberries that were from
oh my god, those
Trader
are so
Joe's.
Good. Yes.
Oh yes.
Have you ever? Okay, do you know what the difference between a blueberry and an acai is?
I don't know if I've ever had an acai.
Okay, so next time you're at some place that has like the chocolate covered blueberries, look in there and they'll have it's acai. It's ACAI, I believe. Okay. And it's chocolate covered acai, and they taste like the same thing, but I mean they're really good, really good.
Okay, but can I just get acais? I
mean, I would assume, but I have not researched
because that's how you would figure out really the difference.
Yeah, no, I've never noticed them in a store anywhere.
Because let's be honest, like chocolate covered blueberries are mostly chocolate.
Yeah, and mostly delicious, but healthy, especially if you get the dark chocolate.
Yeah, especially if you eat the whole container by yourself in approximately 2.5 sittings.
Yes, no, I get that.
And by 2.5 sittings, I mean like through the last half sitting, I still wanted more.
Yeah, no, I understand. I could eat a whole one of those things today. Easily in one sitting. That's why I don't buy them very often, because I know it'll happen. Okay, Dave. Last time we talked, it's Friday. I told you I had some birthday money. I was going to go up to Fry's and I was going to go do some shopping.
Yeah, you didn't tell me what you were buying.
Well, that's the thing is I wasn't sure what I was buying.
Oh, okay.
Right now, let me tell you this first of all. I bought a new chair for my office. So it's like it's faux.
That's a big upgrade.
Yeah, it's faux leather. It rocks, so I can do this. Rocky. I like that. But I can also like easily just sit straight up and lock it in place if I want to do it for podcasting.
I was about to say, don't podcast like this.
No. It's for when I'm gaming in my computer.
Sounds cool.
Yeah. It was only like $65, which is not bad. It was on sale.
That's about the right price for a chair.
No, dude, there are like I was going to top out about 130. Was about the most I'd be willing to pay.
Yeah, no. But here's the thing, John. I'll buy $130 chair, but it better be a good ass chair.
But see, that's the thing is like if you look at $130 chairs at the store, most of them aren't that great. Like
Right,
this
that's
the
the
one just
problem.
happened to be on sale.
Well, right. That's why a $65 chair on sale that's also pretty nice is about the right price to pay for a chair.
So anyway, so I got this chair. I found on sale. The ones that were in the $130 range, different things I didn't like about them. Like I wanted one that would move, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be padded. I was looking. What I really wanted was to kind of like the mesh back to be a little bit cooler. But I think once I move out of this room into my actual office as we get it done, it'll be cooler down there than is in this room.
Right.
So I did that, and then I went to Fry's. Now let's just say I had a couple $100 I could have spent. Like that was where my budget was of birthday money and some other stuff. And we've talked about Fry's, and you have another store similar to it.
Micro Center.
Yeah, greatest place on earth. You can find.
Yeah, dude, I love Micro Center.
You can find anything from the smallest computer part to full made computers to everything video game to video game related toys to just toys to TVs and anything.
To cables, to adapters.
Yeah. Guess what I walked out with?
I'm excited.
I walked out with 6 Hot Wheels that were all from the Peanuts like cartoon.
Okay, were they in a set?
Yeah, it was the 6 from the set. My wife loves the Peanuts stuff. Like that's her thing. And so they had I just happened to stumble across this thing that had them, and it was all 6 from that set. So she's going to keep them in the box and display them. So I got those from her for her, and 3 Amiibos, and that was all I walked out with. And I could not find anything else I could just convince myself to walk out with that I either needed or wanted that bad.
What Amiibos did you walk out with?
The Goomba, the Koopa Troopa,
Okay.
and the Super Mario version of Yoshi, the actual green plastic Yoshi.
Mm-hmm.
That one was on sale.
I'm like, that's been out a while.
Yeah. So I walked out
like a really long time.
Yeah, I walked out with those. I didn't walk out with any video games, any video game
Good job.
controllers, any headsets. I almost walked out with one of those Sega things that has like the preloaded games, but also has a spot for the cartridge. Because
can I tell you that those are garbage?
See, okay, the biggest complaint I've heard about them is the controller.
Yeah, but
the new ones are wired. The latest version is wired controllers.
Okay, still a problem.
Well,
Doesn't matter.
But
the emulation is bad, John.
And that's what I had heard a little bit. So that's kind of why I avoided it.
It's a third-party company who licensed Sega to make garbage that people buy because people have nostalgia for Sega.
Yeah. So, but that's one reason why I wasn't like I wanted to make sure I read a bunch of reviews and I hadn't.
I bought something like that for an Atari thing. It was awful.
Oh, I've heard the Atari one's way worse. But what I liked about this one was that.
But it's the same company.
It's
the same company that makes both of them, so they have lost my respect.
Yeah.
Anybody can emulate god dang Atari games.
So in the end, I come home, and then my wife came home. So I ended up popping on Amazon that night, and I picked up a couple of beer taps, like the handles that have like the chalkboard, so I can write what the beer is on it.
That's good.
Yeah, but I've had those sitting there for a while. I bought one vinyl record of the Scott Pilgrim versus the World soundtrack, which is
cool.
Yeah, it's super crazy and fun. And I got this mic stand. This is why my mic can wiggle, because I have one of those like mic boom like floor stand ones because I'm gonna need it for the new desk.
You have one like me now.
Yeah, I do, but I think I can leave the other one attached to a different part of the desk.
But you use your pop filter because you're a better person than I am.
Yeah, well, the pop filter actually works on this stand way better than it did on my other one.
Yes, that is always the case.
Yeah, so I like that.
I just never put mine back in here because it felt like work.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It was easy.
I took mine apart so often to put it in like a bag, so it's in my bag, like my go record bag.
Oh, okay.
But I took it apart, and I don't want to put it back together.
Yeah. Well, this came while I was waiting for you to get home, so I threw it together real quick. Seems to work. It's an Amazon Basics, but it had really good reviews.
I have one. I actually think I have the same one as you, John.
Yeah. So quite happy with that.
I have the same one as you, or Jeff has the same one as you.
Yeah.
Because I gave one to Jeff.
So yeah, I walked in the greatest electronics store in the world, and I walked out with almost no electronics but still happy. So
You
now I
walked out
still
with some amigos though, so you're good.
I did, yeah, and that's cool. And then also I still have some left over to do some like retro game shopping, which I'll kind of talk more about that I think on our Wednesday show. I'll talk about my retro game plans.
I want to go retro game shopping.
I found I found 2 other retro game subscription boxes, and I thought about trying both of them and then like comparing the 3 of them, just partially because it would be a few more games and I'd have an excuse to spend the money on it.
Or you just swap them out for every month. Like try all 3, but then pick one at the end.
Well, yeah, that was gonna be my plan. But I started watching a bunch of videos, and I have a feeling I'm not gonna get. I have a feeling none of them are really gonna be worth the cost. So,
oh no.
well, I don't know that. Like, I'm still excited because I'm hoping I'll get something that I would not have just gone out and gotten on my own, and therefore will play something I wouldn't have normally played, right? But
I'm still cautiously optimistic for you.
No, I am. I'm still excited, and there's still one of the 2 that's a little bit cheaper and it's free shipping that I might try them still. Like I might do the $30 for that one, and see.
What's that one called?
Like Retro Bit Gaming or something like that.
I want something like $30.
So I might try that one out. Compare these 2. I couldn't find any unboxing videos of that one.
If you find one that is okay. Like even just like that was interesting, I might consider it for 30.
Yeah.
That'd be a really good present.
So David Ray got a Mario Paint bundle a few days ago and was pretty excited. If I ran into Mario Paint,
dude, I want Mario Paint so bad.
Consider. I can get that. The Retro Game Store up the road has it. It also has the Donkey Kong GameCube game with the
Donkey Konga.
The bongos.
I love Donkey Konga. People would. Is it Donkey Konga like the rhythm game, or is it
Donkey, the one with the bongo drums?
No, but there's 2 games, John.
I don't know which one is, but
there's one that's a platformer that's not fun at all. It's stupid.
I think it's that one.
Yeah, you don't want that one. The rhythm game is fun, although you're not going to want to play it because you're going to have to play it on the HDTV, and the latency will be so bad that you won't be able to play it.
Yeah, but I've been tempted to get it if I can get to the point where I start like collecting more just stuff, right?
Yeah.
I'd be tempted to get it just to have those on display.
I love those.
Every time I walk in there, the guy's like, "Hey, you need some of those?" I'm like, "No, man, no, I don't." But every time, like, I think he'd sell it for cheap.
That's because he can't sell it.
Yeah, and he's a really good guy, and I feel bad because I haven't gone in there in forever. And the last time I went in there, I saw him, and I kind of walked out without taking anything with me. So
it's weird that we feel guilty about things like that.
Yeah, no, I do because I want his business to do well. But like anytime there's more than a couple people in there, when I get in there, I don't want to deal with those people because, like, as much as I love these things, like these people weird me out. Like seriously weird me out. All right, Dave, before we get into the music,
we have to learn about something, John.
Yeah, we're gonna learn about something. If I can find my mouse here. Let's pull this. We'll pull this up in this screen here. Ready? So, as we have started doing the last few times, if you're new to listening to this, I pull up a random article on Wikipedia and we learn about it. And one day this might turn into its own once a day show if we can get it set up.
Hi, people.
Yeah.
Hi, other people with Adam Leonard based artwork.
Or just anybody. Like, look at this. If you think it would be fun to come on, like, and we don't know who else is going to be dedicated to doing this, but let's just say it's just me or just me and Dave, and you'd be willing to come on and be the student with us being the professor for a 5 to 10 minute episode where we teach you about some random thing. If that's something you're interested in being part of, let us know. I'll start making a spreadsheet.
Let's have a conversation about that after the show. I got an idea.
As long as it's a short one while I'm just doing stuff, because we'll see how tired I am. Okay, let's get to our...
we got to play Uno with Andy.
We will see.
You're playing one round of Uno, John.
We will see. I have to get up. I have to get up like 5 hours after we get done with this show.
I don't care.
All right, ready? Here's a random article. Armada, the novel by Ernest Cline. Oh, I have this book sitting on my dresser downstairs.
Cool.
Okay, so
tell me about it, John, because I've never heard of it.
I have not read it yet.
Good.
Ben gave this to me like a year ago.
I'm glad you read your books.
Yeah, no, okay. So about a year ago, whenever I started Generational Gamers with Ben, he gave me Ready Player One to read. And I read through it relatively quick and loved it. Like some people complain about like over nostalgia that it does. I loved it. I thought the book was great.
Never read that, but I did finish Console Wars way before you.
Yeah, I still have 10% left, man.
I love that we're like talking about Console Wars. And I'm like, I should probably read that. A week later, I finished it. And you're like, yep, I haven't even read anything since.
Yeah, no. But anyway,
John, have you even picked up a book?
Yeah, I got one. I got one sitting right over there. So it's a science fiction novel by Ernest Cline, published in July 14, 2015. The story follows a teenager who plays an online video game about defending against an alien invasion, only to find out that the game is a simulator to prepare him and people around the world for defending an actual alien invasion. This sounds way too much like Ender's Game.
It still sounds pretty fun, though.
It could be. Now, I heard on Fluxtaposed, they were discussing this book, and they did not have good things to say. But Ben, who really liked Ready Player One, had good things to say about this. So I still plan on reading it at some point. Here's what's crazy, though. Will Wheaton apparently narrated this and Ready Player One for the audiobooks.
Will Wheaton?
Will Wheaton, who you were watching as a small child, and that doesn't sound dirty at all. Because he's on Star Trek, the original series.
Mm-hmm.
Plays Wesley Crusher. He's in the beginning of the first episode. You know, the show where they talk about why there's families on board, even though Jeff couldn't remember that there's families on board. Hi, Jeff.
Jeff doesn't pay attention.
Hi, Jeff.
Jeff doesn't listen.
Yeah, so it says it was a New York Times bestseller, debuting at number 4 and remaining on the list for 5 weeks. Yeah.
Sounds cool. I'd read it.
Here we go. As he did with the paperback release.
If Ben were so kind of to give me a book, I would read it.
Yeah, I know. Apparently, David Ray is on page 15 of Dune. So he has a long way to go. So he apparently starts books and doesn't finish them either. I'm not the only one. So as he did with the paperback release of his debut novel, Ready Player One, Cline held a video game contest to celebrate the release of Armada. Readers could play a web browser version of Phaeton, the faux retro shooter game featured in the book, and the top scorer won an Oculus Rift.
Cool.
Apparently, you need to read Ready Player One, because it's all about Easter eggs and figuring out like the secrets people are putting inside things. And apparently inside the book itself, there's a secret. And when someone figured it out, I want to say they won like a DeLorean.
All right, I'm going to read Ready Player One.
It's good. I like it. I liked it.
Out of this conversation about a completely different book that I already can't remember the name of.
You know, under the See Also section, you know what's down there?
What?
The Last Starfighter. I love The Last Starfighter. I've never read the book. I did not know it was a book. But the movie, The Last Starfighter, I actually have it in Blu-ray, which it looks weird in Blu-ray. Any like early 80s sci-fi movie, not remastered, just stuck in Blu-ray. You can almost see the strings.
No, they shouldn't remaster certain things for Blu-ray.
No, but I was so happy to have it because I love The Last Starfighter.
My favorite things are when the colors get all weird. Like if they were like color corrected or like added color, right? And then it gets ported to Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Oh.
So The Last Starfighter basically is that there's a big part of it where this guy drives up in a car, takes him in there, and the car kind of takes off in outer space. And you can see the light shining back from it from its like boosters or whatever. Right? Now, when you watch it in Blu-ray and you're looking at that now, I mean, you're talking 35 years or so after the movie came out, and you're looking at that part and you're like, did it look that bad when I saw it initially and I just didn't realize it? Oh, it's rough. I mean, I still love the movie and I would still watch it over and over again. Because I think it holds up in this like weird way. Like, and it's
Well, I mean, I'm rewatching Star Trek. Right, and there's
but Star Trek holds up in a different way. Star Trek holds up in a kind of corny way. This one, I think, still holds up in a sci-fi action movie kind of way. It's very much like if Star Wars only had the flying part in it. But
it's important, John, to realize that like do they just sit down and then like send lights with stars that rotate around them, so they're just sitting there all awkwardly while they're traveling through space? Because that's how Star Trek looks.
Dude, I'm so glad I'm rewatching that with you guys. Or by rewatching it, I mean watching it for the first time.
Hi,
Sean.
That scene.
Yeah. No, can I ask you a question?
You've seen Star Trek before, though.
Not the original series. I've seen episodes here and there.
Oh, okay, that's what I mean, though. But that's the point of what Jeff and I are doing. I've seen episodes. I've seen tons of random episodes of Star Trek.
My dad had a VHS years ago that had a bunch of them on it, and I watched a number of them there. Right. So I'm looking. Now, can you explain something to me? We're gonna play music here in a second, but I need someone to explain to me because I was watching the Orville. Now, have you watched the Orville?
Not yet. It's on my list.
Watch the Orville. Watch it week by week. Okay. Picture the original series, Star Trek.
I want to binge it.
Yeah, it's so good though.
I got Hulu Live, by the way.
Why?
I don't know.
It's like
I mean, I'm not paying.
Oh, well, then don't worry about it. Yeah, and that's why.
I have it.
So,
I'm telling you that I have it. I'm not telling you I'm paying for it.
So imagine Star Trek, the original series.
Mm-hmm.
Slightly more humor to it, like purposeful humor, but not like super corny in your face humor.
Not what I'm picturing, meaning Family Guy.
Not Family Guy at all, right?
Good.
It's more like it's not as like super serious as like the newer Star Treks are, which I've only seen bits and pieces of those too, right? Like the Next Generation or whatever.
That's the whole point of this, John. Is we're going to do this, and we're going to do Firefly, then we're going to go to Next Gen. And we're going to watch all Next Gen.
Firefly's
I've seen most
good.
of Firefly.
I would say this is almost more like Firefly because Firefly is a little lighter, like a little more humorous, but a little bit more current. And that's kind of the way the Orville is. Now, here's my question, right? The Orville and Star Trek, all these things, they go up in space and they go to start going, right? Like they're floating along, but when they really start to go, right? You see like where the boosters are around the back light up and then it just goes. What the hell is making it move?
Gas.
I don't think so, man. I really don't think so.
Engines.
But how? Like, how does that work in space? Because it's not jets, like burners, like it is on our spaceships. Like, does any show explain this at all? Like how these?
No, but you're right. This is the defaulted science fiction thing. Even Spaceballs accounts to this.
Yeah, well, but at least in some of Spaceball stuff, you can see like burners on like the Winnebago.
Right, because they're driving like actual cars in space.
Yeah, but like
which is why I love Spaceballs.
But like if you see any other ones, it's just like a light that comes on and then all of a sudden it goes really fast.
Well, they're going to light speed, John.
No, but not always. Well, hey,
they're going to.
What if they go to ludicrous speed? What if they go to ludicrous speed? What's wrong, plaid, Colonel John. Sanders? Chicken? Okay.
He's gone to plaid.
Sir, we've gone plaid. My favorite line, though. I'd say my favorite line. They're all my favorite lines.
I love that movie to death.
But when they're like, but sir, when will then be now?
Yeah.
Soon.
Soon.
Dave, I have music, Dave.
I think that was the first F-bomb I ever saw in a movie, by the way, John.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'd have to, like, do some research to kind of clarify that, but I think that's it.
Yeah. Man, I'm surrounded by assholes. Dave, as always, if you or any of our listeners or wonderful watchers,
I'm gonna let you do this because there's something going on in my house. So I'm gonna go find out what that is. John, have fun with the music.
Okay, if you go to start talking about Spaceballs and people talk about that in the chat. Yeah, what'd you find out there? We ain't found shit. If you go to forgetbeingcool.com, this is episode 58. Holy crap, it's episode 58. And you go down and you will see a pretty picture and you will see some links and it will tell you what song we're playing and you can click there and it will take you to where you can find this music. Now, this music here you can find on Spotify and you can find on YouTube. This is the Altered Beasts from their album, I don't remember, Transfiguration. The song is called Overworld from Super Mario Bros. 2. I have really enjoyed everything from the Altered Beasts I have played so far. I know other people have said the same. Enjoy the Altered Beasts.
John at Casino.
Yes, that was Altered Beasts, Overworld, Super Mario Bros. 2. Between that just being kind of a fun little number and my bourbon kicking in, it's good. It's all good. And not to mention, I think we've had a fun show so far. Like, it's been fun. So. We've been joking. Dave's been funny.
It's complete. It's out of character.
He's got the big smile that I love seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's raising my day. We got some talking in our chat.
Everything's good, John. Everything is good.
Everything is better. Everything is
better.
It's
gonna be okay, John.
No, it will. It will. It will definitely be okay. Sometimes you just gotta.
I had this conversation with somebody at work today. It's gonna be okay. Just trust me.
But also, like, if any of you who are listening, if you know bands I need to contact, just give me the name of the band. I will figure out how to contact them. I have a list still of about 15 or 20 more bands that I just haven't gotten around to contacting, and I think over the next few days while I'm at work, when it's slow, that's what I'm gonna work on doing. Try to get some more
emails.
Yeah. Try to get these more into the rotation. Because I'd say I hear back from maybe a third of the bands I contact, so it's not too bad. So, Dave.
There's one more musical person we need to reach out to. But
which one of us has been drinking?
I don't know, John.
Is that what you went to go do? Take a few shots?
Yeah, that's exactly what I went to go do. I just went down as much bourbon as you have had.
Yeah, so David...
But I couldn't handle that much bourbon.
No.
No,
Dude,
no,
but
I'd
it's-
be
but
I'd
dude,
be messed
with-
up.
with the-
I'd be messed up, John.
with the watered down that it's gotten from the ice, which I have to have, right? And I mean, maybe one day when I become a real bourbon drinker, I'll drink it neat, I think is the word for it.
Whoa.
No, well, here's the thing though, is like the flavor of this stuff is really good. It's that like bite when you swallow that just like punches you right in the nose. And this nullifies that, but doesn't kill the flavor of it when I put the ice in it and let it melt a little bit. So, it's definitely delicious. But David, right here in the chat, was talking about how he likes how the Nintendo composer takes so much inspiration from jazz. If you like that, I don't know I don't know if you're a normal listener to the show or if you're a newer listener to the show. But if you like that, there's a band that I play that's got definitely some funk and jazz in them. And I'm sure they're coming up sometime soon because my rotation's not super huge.
I
so,
like them.
Yeah. Dave.
John.
Dave, there are movies coming out, and I tried to do a little research into what these were.
Why do people watch these?
Oh, why do they watch movies?
Yeah, no, I don't quite understand it. I mean, there are these spectacles that they put on screens. I don't really quite understand the appeal.
Now let's talk about why we watch movies. Like personally, like why do you watch movies, Dave?
Because I like them. They make me happy.
See, I see there's two types of movies.
Okay, let's break this down. There's movies that make me feel good because they're fun and exciting.
Okay.
And then there's movies that are like artistic and beautiful that make me think. And then there's movies that are so bad that they make me smile.
Okay. See, I would break this down, and I think the way you broke it down is very valid, and I could definitely go along with that. I break them down into a little bit differently for me. I got
of course you do, John, because everything you do is different.
No. Like I said,
the song is over. We get to fight now.
No, like I said, like I could 100% get behind how you just broke it down, and put all the movies I see into that category.
As long as you understand what a spoiler is now, we're good.
Dave. I stand by the intent of the original argument. But moving on.
I'm done with this conversation already.
So I will watch movies for two reasons. I'll watch movies just because I think it's going to be super entertaining, right? And that's going to be your big action flicks, your big triple A's, and then
Marvel.
Yeah, and then also your really dumb movies that you're just watching because they're going to be so bad you're going to laugh at them, right? So those two categories.
You put those together.
For the purpose of why I watch them, yes.
So, okay, but here's my difference with those and why I separate those. Star Wars and Marvel movies are like significantly important to me no matter what.
Oh no, I 100% understand.
Like it's not just like the level of like humor stupidity, like, because let's face it, the Marvel movies are a formula. Even the Star Wars movies are a formula.
Sure.
They are important to me to make me feel good.
No,
and the dumb movies that are so bad make me feel good in a different way, but they're not as important to me.
No, and I like I said, like the way you broke it down, I think is perfectly legit, right?
All right.
But I combine those two as I'm just watching this to get some form of just entertainment, right? I just want to laugh. I want to see some action, whatever, right? But then I have the other movies, which sometimes are AAAs. A lot of times are more of the indie films. That is just a way of escapism. Like, I want to be drawn into that world deeper. And those are the ones that have more of like the emotional pull into the movie.
There's and there's some that kind of toe the line across both those categories too.
Yeah, they can. Not so much a Marvel movie. I normally don't get pulled into those.
Unless it's Guardians.
Even with Guardians, I never really got pulled into that world. Like
I love Guardians. I love that world.
I do too.
And this is a me thing, maybe.
No.
And I've said this publicly. I like, and this is a personal thing, I like the Guardians universe more than I like Star Wars.
And I understand that.
I know that freaks people out when I say stuff like that, but it's me. It's a totally me thing. Anyway, before I get hate emails about how much I like Guardians more than Star Wars.
No, but I completely understand that, right? But when you're watching Guardians, do you feel like you're like just in the world of Guardians and feeling what they're feeling? Because I always see Guardians as kind of a little bit lighter. Like,
Yeah,
whereas,
but I still
like, let's go to a movie we both seen, right?
Okay.
Perks of Being a Wallflower,
okay.
right?
I'm in that. I'm in that world.
Yeah, in that movie, and make fun of us if you want for enjoying Perks of Being a Wallflower, right?
That's a fantastic movie where it needs to shut up.
It is. Well,
it's also a wonderful book.
So I've never actually been made fun of for it, but I could see where someone broy would. But like, you just get pulled into the way all these people are feeling, and sometimes I need that. Like, that's probably why I watch as many indie movies as I do, because I need to escape from like the other bullshit out there. Also, it's a big reason why I like movies with a really deep story, is because you get pulled into them and out of the other bullshit in the rest of the world. Okay.
Perks makes me feel things.
Yeah, it does, because of Hermione. Makes you feel things in your pants. Who would have thought when you watched the first Harry Potter movie that she'd come out as good looking as she did?
The people who hired her to be Hermione Granger.
You think? Because I mean, think about like the other people that have been like in TV shows that have turned out hot at one time or another, and when you saw them as kids, you're like, this could easily go the other way. Like, Hermione went through some weird stages when she was young. Like in the first couple of movies, the first movie or so, she was like that little cute little kid. And then she got to the point where you're like, she's going through that stage. She could come out on the wrong end of this. And then she did come out on the other side of it. You're like, oh, hey, look.
There's like one movie where she's in that phase. Calm down, John.
Sean's like, I would have. And I don't know what he's referring to exactly, but I'm gonna make my own assumption.
I'm gonna assume
I know what he's talking about. Okay, let's talk about some movies coming out now. There's a movie coming out called Wonderstruck. Looking at who's in it, Julianne Moore is the only name I know. The story of this one is cool. This one actually makes me want to see it. It only got a 73 on Metascore, but oh wow. So it's a story of a young boy in the Midwest is told simultaneously with a tale about a young girl in New York from 50 years ago as they both seek the same mysterious connection. I like the movies where it's bouncing back and forth and almost telling the same story in two time periods.
I also like that they're not telling you what that connection is.
No, and I hope now it seems like a little bit almost like a little bit of a spoiler. They're saying like I would like it if as you're watching it you thought it was
hold on, John. John, are you allowed to say this?
Yes, because
think about this. Is this?
Do I need to clarify?
The equivalence of the most iconic character of all time? Steph, I mean.
Okay, hold on. Dave, I told you from the beginning.
John.
We're not, never mind. We're just not going to get into this one.
John, I'm just pushing your buttons. Relax.
But I would like it if this movie, like going into it, you didn't know that. And it seemed like it was happening at the same time. Now, the issue would be that the scenery would be so different that it would be hard to do.
This sounds like one of those movies that I wish somebody just said, Dave, we're going to go see this. Come on. And just throw me into it. Don't tell me anything else. Don't tell me anything about it.
You know the greatest movie that ever happened with me for?
Man on a Ledge.
I don't think I've seen Man on a Ledge. Should I see that?
Do you know what it is?
No.
Just watch it. Don't spoil this for John. If that's on Netflix, which it should be by now, if it's not, just buy it.
Okay.
But know nothing. Don't watch the trailer. Don't read the description. I mean this.
Okay.
Because if you know that, it's not exciting. If you have no idea what you're getting into, oh, it's so cool.
Okay, so the movie that did this to me the most was like my buddy and I just went to a movie theater. This is back in like 96, 97, something like that. We went to a theater and we're just like, well, let's go see a movie. And we went and saw Arlington Road because nothing else sounded exciting. Okay. And we knew nothing about it. Nothing. And we walked out with that just like, holy crap. What the hell? That was, and if you have not seen Arlington Road, like that is a movie I need to find a way for you to see. It's not streaming anywhere, so I've got to figure something out. Arlington Road will make you almost become a conspiracy theorist.
I want you to write this movie down and go watch it.
Okay, we will. We'll talk about it afterwards.
If you don't know what it is, it's If you're listening to this going, what the heck? Don't look it up. I mean this. Don't ruin it, because I've seen the trailer, and if I'd seen the trailer, I would have brushed this movie off because it's predictable if you know what you're getting into.
Yeah. Okay. So to kind of move through this a little bit quicker, we're getting a little bit long here.
We're almost becoming. Oh, I can't say that joke. That's bad. Never mind. Moving on.
The Snowman.
There's almost 18 games coming out on this console this week.
Jesus Christ. The Snowman, which I keep seeing previews for, where they're hunting down the Snowman killer or something like that. But it's got like Michael Fassbender and Val Kilmer in it, but it's only getting a 34 on Metascore, so that's not good.
That's not good.
It's not good at all. Same kind of difference as Me, which has Renee Zellweger and John Voight in it. International art dealer must befriend a dangerous homeless man to save a struggling marriage to his wife. That's weird. Okay, another movie that's actually been a lot in the previews on TV is Geostorm. And that looks like it could be a fun movie if you're not expecting anything too deep.
If I had to go to a movie every single week, if I had to Netflix or chill, that sounds interesting.
Geostorm?
Yeah.
It's basically a natural disaster type movie. Like the ones that were real big for a while. Yeah. Now looking through all this, it might not, like reading on this, it might not be what I picked, but like if I went in not reading all these different movies, that would probably be what I pick. What I wouldn't pick is Tyler Perry's Boo 2, A Madea Halloween. Screw you, Tyler Perry. Quit putting your freaking name in your movies. God, I cannot stand when people put their names in their movies.
I mean, we could have called this Johnny Casino and Dave Moore's Forget Being Cool.
Yeah, we could have.
But that would have been pretentious and assholey.
Screw you, Tyler Perry. Right? Like, there are movies of his I've heard that are really good. I will not see them because they all say Tyler Perry's blah, 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 blah.
I'm gonna make a movie. I'm gonna make a new podcast called David Moore's something.
Yeah, it'd be kind of funny.
David Moore's Kind of Funny podcast.
How do you feel about Only the Brave? Have you seen this preview? It's about the firefighters, that giant fire that happened. It's got Jennifer Connelly, Jeff Bridges in it.
No, this seems poorly timed though.
It does. But then again, you can say that almost every year. There's been a lot of forest fires in California.
I mean, yeah, but this time of year, this seems like something that should just come out later.
Yeah, but it's based on a true story of a bunch of fire, and it looks like one of those. It kind of reminds me of a lot of those, like almost like Armageddon, where you have like the wife at home and the husband's trying to save the world, and like you don't know if he's gonna live or die, and the wife's all freaking out. But Jennifer Connelly, and she still looks pretty good.
Okay.
The Killing of a Sacred Deer actually looks like it could be interesting. It has Nicole Kidman, Alicia Silverstone, Colin Farrell in it. That's a pretty good cast. It's about a charismatic surgeon who's forced to make an unthinkable sacrifice after his life starts to fall apart when the behavior of a teenage boy he has taken under his wing turns sinister. That could be interesting.
Sure.
There's a movie about a really famous magician. Oh, here's one for you. Here's one. This is the last one we'll talk about in the movies. Golmal again. Now, I'm reading this to you because I want to read you the description. So, Golmal, which is Golmaal again. I don't know if this is it's a fantasy. The names sound like they're not American. Maybe it's India. I can't tell. I don't want to sound racist.
I have no idea what you're even saying. So
here's the description of this movie.
I really hope that Sean can cut that out.
Here's the description. The fourth installment of the Golmal franchise. That's the entire description. It doesn't tell you anything.
What is this franchise? I've never even heard of this.
I think
John, I can't wait till 2 years from now when we get the fifth installment and whatever this is. And I'll be like, I've never heard of this.
I think that's where we need to start, is the fifth installment. No, it must be a foreign film, but like a foreign film in English. So maybe one of those countries that speaks English, but not really a Western. That's what I'm saying. India, like India, they speak English, and lots of India.
People excited about this movie that no one's heard of?
That one? It didn't. I don't think so.
It's the fourth installment.
Well, I mean, the fans of 1, 2, and 3 are stoked.
They must be.
They must be. I mean, it must have done well enough to make a third one. Okay, let's talk about some video games that are coming out.
Because the Hunger Games couldn't even really finish on a strong suit. So the fact that this is even going to theaters is impressive.
I mean, I guess it did say it's going to theaters.
What was the book franchise that like got pushed like straight to DVD? Narnia? Was it Narnia that they didn't end up finishing theaters? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. But man, I read those as kids, or had them read to me, I guess.
But you know that the only good Narnia book is Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Now, some of the other ones look good that actually went to theater.
No, John.
They look. I didn't see them, but like the previews looked very epic.
I've read all of them.
I have read and or seen the like play of the first one probably 15 times. And by read, I mean like we read them as a family when I was a kid. And stuff like
you mean Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe?
Yeah,
the good one. The rest are all garbage.
I've seen the dinner theater of that one more times than I can tell you.
Yep. No, I love that movie, and I love that story. But the rest are garbage, and everybody knows it. That's why the 6th movie got put on DVD.
I didn't even know they made all 6 movies.
Oh yeah, they did all of them.
All right, hold on, ready?
I don't know if maybe they didn't finish, but the last one they put out went straight to Blu-ray DVD.
All right, here we go. Hold on.
I'm not a nerd. I'm a video game enthusiast.
Sorry, I wanted to use a sound cut. We are going to talk about the video games coming out. Now, I will not mention every game. There are some indie games I will make note of, though. So first of all,
as long as we don't go over all 18 games coming to the Switch one by one, just
in great depth.
In great depth instead of going Spitfire like we claimed we were about to.
So okay, so apparently recently The Flame and the Flood came out. I don't know when that came out. Maybe last week. And I've heard a few people talk about it. I think I need to dive into this game. I think I need to get it. I heard Bobby Pauls talked about it on the Nintendo PlayStation podcast, and I heard someone else talk about it on one of these other podcasts, maybe NVC, maybe.
Maybe it was Bobby on Planet Nintendo. Or maybe it was Bobby on If We Ran Nintendo. Or maybe it was Bobby on Nintendo Talk.
My wife is sleeping right below me. I just laughed really loud. I'm sorry. Oh, she's gonna be mad if I wake her up. She's tired. She went to sleep early. Okay. Oh God. Damn it, Dave. Okay.
It's okay, he doesn't listen.
Okay. So let's look at what's coming out. So funny enough, a Switch game that is coming out that actually does look really good, and I've read up a little bit on this, is Don't Knock Twice. It is a horror movie where you're a mother trying to figure out the truth behind a
Is this a walking sim? I'm already done.
I don't know. It might be, but it's a horror game, and it seems like it has a chance to be really cool looking.
Imagine you go into this house and you rifle through a lot of shit that doesn't matter.
I finished that game recently, and I really liked it.
Gone Home?
I really liked Gone Home. The only issue was that I knew how it ended, but okay, and if you listen to Generational Gamers on Wednesday morning,
I refuse.
We talk about that.
My new podcast experience is like I listen to whatever plays on Overcast because now it's just not the way I like it.
Oh, I like the way Overcast.
So I like Overcast. Don't get me wrong, but I'm so far behind in every show that I enjoy that I just don't care right now. Okay.
Well, anyways, Ben came over and I played like the very last bit of that, and I the way the journals were done and like hearing like the way the reading of the journals and stuff like that, and just kind of like seeing what's happening in this house between the mom and like what's going on in her life and the dad and then this girl, it was definitely an escapist game for me. Definitely an escapist game.
God, I was so bored the whole time.
If it's not your thing, like I 100% get it, but for me, it was.
I like weird artsy games too, and I just don't.
But I still, I mean, regardless, like I will never knock someone who doesn't like this, but I think you need to be able to appreciate how well done this one is for what it is.
Yeah, I gotta play Firewatch.
I am. There's part of me that says I really need to play it to see who's right between John Wall and
I don't know how
and,
that. I don't know how
and
that.
Sean
I don't know how that
Capri.
game ends.
Neither do I. Well, I mean, I've
And
heard a
I'm-
lot about it, but it's basically this John Wall, Sean Capri battle going on right now. One of them is the good, and one of them's the bad, and I don't know which one it is. And I need to play Firewatch to find out.
God dang it! I'm not playing another Walking Sim. Screw you, Walking Sim games.
That's fine. Okay, so Don't Knock Twice is coming out. It actually looks like it could be good, pretty good. Gran Turismo Sport, I know you don't care about this. It is coming out this week.
I do care about this.
Did
I
you-
just want to know it's good.
Well, did you play? Wasn't there a demo, like a limited time demo? I missed it if there was.
And if there was, I didn't know.
Yeah, I mentioned it last week, I think, and I missed it if there was. What else is coming out that matters?
I love Forza more, but
Rogue Trooper Redux is coming out on PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Switch all at the same time. It's coming out tomorrow, actually. It's a third-person shooter game. It could be, like, I've seen some footage of it. It could be good.
ooh,
But
I
it's
got a
also
game
like
I wanna play
$23.
I want to play a game for Sheldon Forgotten that I have.
Okay, well, I recommend it. I've already played one.
Okay, well that's not the same. Okay, never mind. Just reminded me of a game I have. That I
Okay.
haven't played.
No, that's awesome. I'm glad. There are times when you play these games and I get real excited. But anyways, Rogue Trooper Redux actually looks like it could be a winner. And the person I watched play for a while, like they're playing the first hour, only watched a little bit of it, seemed to be enjoying it. But I don't know. South Park: The Fractured But Whole comes out this week on Tuesday, tomorrow.
Hi Nintendo for taking all my money this month. Sorry, South Park. People who enjoy this though, I want to hear. I want to hear things.
You
I
will
wanna
hear from Sean because Sean
will-
and Chelsea will be playing this game.
Sean, this is all we're talking about on the Xbox Drive this week.
They're going to be
just-
playing it on PlayStation.
I
I'm just
don't
making
care.
that call right now.
No, they're not.
Chelsea will?
Yeah, because she needs those stupid trophies.
Yeah.
Chelsea, if you're listening to this,
Sean
We
says
still
it's
need
coming in the mail. Sometimes
we
I'm
need to
coming in the
talk.
mail. He said he got it for $35.
oh,
Is
what?
it, wait, hold on. Is that 35 Canadian dollars?
Canadian?
And he said he is getting it on PS4. She
Of
wants it,
course.
right? He knows I know his wife. That sounds really weird because I don't. But I've said hi to her
She
before.
doesn't know which one she's talking to. She's talking to us. She asks us as John or Dave every time I get on a
No.
call with them.
No, 35 Canadian. That's like $3 American. That's impressive.
Holy Jesus. Sean, where'd you get this deal? Hook me up.
Did you have to sell your
Oh.
body for it?
I'll almost play it on PS4 for that price.
He got 30% off $50 somehow. This is really weird. So like right now for our show, like the audio listener is just hearing me like read his comments off the YouTube chat.
That are really delayed. What show is this? If we ran Nintendo?
Okay, let's talk about this for a second, right?
Oh, okay.
Because obviously we both love if we ran Nintendo.
No.
They made a decision a few weeks ago to change how they did it, and I thought it was one of the best decisions that Bobby's made, and I
Yes.
thought it was really well done. Address the chat at the beginning, address them at the end, hang out with them at the end. Don't dive into it as much in the middle. Now we do because our show is just just nonsense, right?
Yeah,
But their show
our
is
show's
like
just-
quality, so they need to keep it quality.
Yeah. They had a good idea for a podcast going in. You and I were just like, hey, I got it. We're gonna do a show 3 times a week. Let's
Yeah.
just do it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, so apparently NBA 2K18 is coming out. Here's a game
I
that
feel
actually,
like this is the 6th week we talked about that, and I just don't care anymore.
I like the old wrestling games, the newer ones. I played one. I don't remember
I thought
how
you
I
said-
played it. Like I
did
played
you
a
say-
demo or something.
You said NBA 2K, right?
I might have. I meant WWE.
Oh, that's way more exciting. I would like a
Well,
good WWE
here's the
game.
problem. Like I want to say one of them was free or something on one of the systems, and I tried playing it, and it is way too complicated. Like
Why have they made all the sport games complicated?
here's the thing. Like the Madden games are super complicated, but you can play them a little bit like the old ones. The WWE ones, you can't. Like all the different moves and all that stuff, it is way too complicated for me, and I love the older ones. So
God, that's
I'll just go back to playing the
disappointing.
old ones.
Hey, EA, just make some fun sport games, please. Because they're all like this. They're all too complicated at this point.
So another game coming out that I've actually I would consider getting if I could like get Ben to be here for longer periods of time more often. I mean, granted, it's not his fault, right? I do see him quite a bit.
Screw you, Ben. You just drop off books that John's not going to read.
But there's a game coming out, and it looks like a really good couch co-op game called Putty Pals for the Switch. And you're these two blobs of putty, and you're helping each other get to the end. Like, that's what it looked like from the video I watched.
So it's snipper clips?
No. But yes. Cheers. But it looked
I hate
like
snipper clips, by the way. I hate it.
I mean, I could have
I think
saved
I
that
officially
money.
hate it. I think they got us.
Hey, what do you know about Elliot's Quest? Wasn't that an old game?
I feel like that came out on like Apple TV.
Okay, it's coming out for the Switch this week. I was
Isn't
watching
it like a
it's
Zelda game?
Somebody needs to correct me on this because I thought it was a really old game, and I was like, "Oh, look, a really old game coming," but it's like it's its own. I don't know. I should know. I know the name. We're moving on. Jidge is coming out for the Switch. Jidge looks interesting because you can customize it. It's a top-down. You're trying to be a lawman. Look it up. It's interesting. It looks interesting. Not to touch on everything, but Party Golf is coming out for the Switch, which you can play, I think, 8 or 16 people online at one time.
Okay, we're getting a lot of golf games for the Switch. As you know.
True. If only someone would play one with me online every once in a while.
I like infinite mini golf. Just play that.
I know. That's what I'm talking about. Here's one. Here's one that's coming out. It's coming out on Xbox One and PS4, and I don't understand why, but it seems to be the thing, and these must sell. Real Farm. I read up on this. It's like a realistic, legit farming sim.
Boring.
But they must be doing well because they keep coming out.
I think bass fishing does well too. That doesn't mean it's a good game.
Yeah, but I don't understand.
I still want a decent port of Roller Coaster Tycoon for consoles, but no one's ever going to actually
I
develop
hear
that.
the one on the iPhone's pretty good.
Yeah, Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic is really good on the iPhone if you're not legally blind.
He was got one of those like spray laugh things that they practice on TV.
It's really small. It's really fun on an iPad. I played it on an iPad.
Okay.
It's great. It's freaking great. It's terrible on a phone. Sorry.
That kind of brings
Atari.
us...
It's the only thing Atari's made in the last decade.
So here's the last thing that I see that's coming out, and it's actually coming out in like 3 different days, depending on what system you're talking about. But Jackbox Party Pack 4 is coming out. Now, I need that time to happen with my stepbrother, my buddy Isaac, Ben, all come over at the same time. And I need to get one of these Jackbox Party Packs. And it doesn't matter what system I get it on.
You can get the collection for PS4, though.
The one, it's got like all 3.
For Switch, it's like something.
I thought they're all 3 individual.
No, I think they sell them as a bundle now.
I'll have to look at that because, like, that's one of those games that if I had people coming over on a more regular basis, I think we'd play it a lot. It seems like a lot of fun.
No, it does.
And it doesn't matter what system you have it on because everyone playing just has their phones out. So I could have it on Steam and I could just bring my laptop downstairs.
I just think it should be on something that is portable.
But you're not actually playing on that thing.
No, I understand that, but the point is being able to set it up somewhere else.
Yeah, but here's the issue.
If you put it on your Xbox and then you go to the family Christmas party, you can't bring your Xbox with you.
I mean, you can, but I see what you're saying. But the issue is, like, you can't go to the park with it because it has to be connected to the internet.
No, I understand that, but like the family Christmas party would be the perfect opportunity to bring this.
I mean, depending on how conservative and religious your family is.
Oh, dude, no, they can handle it. Because
you can get dirty with these things.
I just don't want to bet on horse races and watch football all day. I just want to play video games.
What kind of like gambling addiction family do you have? Bet on horse races? Dave, when you come down to visit me one day,
I've never been to.
Do you want to go to a horse track?
No, I don't.
It could be fun if we do like $2 bets.
Can we go to like a?
We go to the Sam Houston racetrack. They do dog racing.
They do cars. I would love to go to like NASCAR or.
We could go if we timed it right, there's one in Baytown that does like the dirt track cars.
Yeah,
that one's pretty cool.
That sounds fun to me.
Yeah, that one I've been to that when I was a recruiter. We had like a whole like table and everything set up there. That was pretty cool.
I would probably go to a horse track if somebody was like, "Let's go to a horse track."
There's one like right up the highway from my parents. My parents live right off the highway.
I just don't think I would go by my choice.
No. I would have to go like it would have to be one of those things that I'd bring my wife. I'd make her wear like a big hat that had like a large flat brim on it with a feather. Maybe
this seems very specific.
Well, I mean that's what you see, like the old things and the women all fancy with the big like really light sun hat. I would ask her to wear one of those. I'd have to find one.
Okay. I thought you just had this thing on hand. It sounded like you were prepared.
No, I'd wear my cowboy hat, but not in the cowboy kind of way, but in like the rich oil tycoon kind of way.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
With my Nintendo shirt, so that they understood I was not a rich oil tycoon man because I'm making $2 bets.
Just wear a t-shirt tuxedo shirt.
No, because I'm not that form of trashy, right? Like that is a ironic form of trashy that I am. I don't want to say above, but at least on the side of.
Okay, got it.
Right, Dave. I went to a birthday party this weekend for a small child. So I went to 2 birthday parties this weekend. I drove to Austin Saturday after my son's basketball game. Which, by the way, watching 6-year-olds play basketball, like you can just run with the ball. It was almost like playing the handball game. That's really bad. My son's team got destroyed. My son could not figure out that when you're on offense, you're not supposed to be guarding your guy, right? But I will tell you this: the guy my son was guarding never had the chance of getting the ball, right? Like they wouldn't even throw it to him. Not that they pass anyways, but if they had passed, he was all over that dude, even when he was on offense. But after that, we went to my dad's house and up in Austin, and we had
I remember. Can I just tell this story?
Yeah, go for it.
I was playing basketball like with like the Beck Center or the Rec Center, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And they like, I don't know how old I was, but they like did that stupid thing where you get to guard the person that you have the same like wristband color as.
That's the way my son's That's the way my son's game is.
God, I hated it. It was so not fun. I went to like 2 games and I was like, yeah, this is not fun.
Was this when you were in your 20s?
No, John. I'm in my 20s now.
I know. That's what's funny.
No, it was awful. I hated it.
That's how his is.
It was so not fun. My brother played for years. I played for like 2 games.
Nice. So anyway, so after the basketball game, we went to my dad's house for his retirement / 60th birthday party. And my dad's a judge, or was. But he's also like a hippie on the side. So he'd have these like old friends that would come by with like long hair, and it's like these old guys with ponytails. Dude, it's so awesome, man. And you're just like, dude, you're like 65 and you're saying that to me. Like, you're more stoned than I am.
My
now,
dad
granted, I wasn't
like
stoned
this,
at all.
Except he's not that old.
Oh, dude, it was weird. And like me and my wife and my stepsister, which is weird to say because our parents got married when, like, I want to say my dad got remarried the last time, like a year before I got married or so. So like me and my stepsister and my stepbrother we don't feel like siblings at all. We get along great. Like when we do.
No, it doesn't matter. I mean, that's what they're.
Well, yeah. And like we don't see each other very often, but like my wife and her got along really well and everything like that. Anyway, not the point. We just sat there and made fun of my dad's friends. Most of them. And then the next day I went to a birthday party for a kid turning, I don't know, 6, 5, 7, something. I don't know exactly, 8 maybe. And it was a Breath of the Wild party. Here's the thing.
What does that even mean?
Well, here's the thing, right? His parents are awesome. Like I love his parents to death. Like his dad is British. Like his kids were actually born in England. His mom did like missionary work over there. Ended up staying, getting married. And his dad is awesome. I love his dad to death. He and I always hang out and have a great time. It cracks me up. I show up. I'm wearing my 8-bit Zelda shirt because it's a Zelda party, right? So of course I am. I've got my cup that I always have with me, always, with water in it, and it has like the Sheikah symbol on the side of it because that's what I put on it.
This makes way more sense if we said Zelda Breath of the Wild. But
Oh, did you not realize I meant that?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was obvious. I apologize.
That's like saying I had an Odyssey party, and I would have been like,
Oh,
like
but honestly, okay, go on. But how many times do you hear the words Breath of the Wild together? Once, and that's with Zelda.
Yeah, but it somehow became like a sentence that made sense, and we stopped saying like Breath of the Wind.
Okay,
so
but like,
remember how bad that was? Because that was really bad for a while.
So, yeah. So his mom made up like these different quests, and the kids would go through these quests.
Hashtag Game of the Year.
Yes, but the kids would go through these quests in like groups. The funny thing was, of all the kids there, and there were quite a few, 3 of them knew what the game was, and I was the only parent, including his own parents, like my friends, that knew what this game was. Right, like he plays it at his cousin's house. He doesn't even have the system. He's got an Xbox 360 or something like that. And so like I'm making comments about it, and like everyone's looking at me like I'm crazy, and like the mom, Sarah, she's like, no one knows what this game is. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I put 95 hours into it in 3 weeks.
Did you bring your Switch with you and show them?
I didn't, but I did give him one of the like launch day GameStop posters because I had one and I wasn't going to put it. Yeah, so I figured he'd like that. So, anyways, Dave, it is late as hell, and this has been one of our longer shows.
Wait, we have like a whole nother section.
No, we don't.
Mm,
what? I want
to go over every game and movie individually.
We went over plenty of them.
We didn't cover the music releases for this week, Chad.
Oh, we should have. Next time we're gonna have a whole Miley Cyrus section.
Whoa.
It's gonna be called Miley Cyrus is better than Taylor Swift, and I stand by that 100%.
I do too. I agree with that.
I hate Taylor Swift.
Jay's on my feet. And Party in the USA.
And Wrecking Ball?
And I like to wreck balls.
God, I bet she does.
Whoa.
Dude, that girl's got some pipes. That's all I'm gonna say.
Miley Cyrus? Oh yeah, hell yeah.
So David Ray said
it's the climb, John. It's the climb.
David Ray says he wants this Wikipedia show to happen. We are literally in the talks. If we can, I will start making a spreadsheet.
David Ray, you and I are in the talks for a show. Get a hold of me, because I think we could do this.
Now I'm just confused. Anyways, for those who are still listening live, Sean,
I don't know why.
David Ray, whoever else is listening live that's not in the chat, but I still love you because you're listening live. Thank you. For those who have stuck through us through this hour-and-a-half episode, this has been a fun one, and I needed this. And I didn't even finish my drink, but I'm about to. It's kicking.
Hold on, chug.
No, you do not chug bourbon.
No, you have to finish this before
it will
we
make
get
me
off the
cry.
air, go for it. You got this. You got this, John. All right.
It gets to the point where even like putting it up to my mouth, and the fumes go into your nose, and it almost brings tears to your eyes.
Isn't it like though? Is it bad like the last sip of everything? Like I hate the last sip.
No. It's not like that. I mean, it's a little bit warmer because I've kind of been nursing it because I don't drink to get drunk. But
God, I like cold drinks.
Yeah, that's why I put ice in it. And how do you feel about big butts?
What is this related to?
You said I like cold drinks, and it made me think of I like big butts.
Fat bottom girls make the world go round, or whatever that song is,
or whatever that song is.
No, I can't remember what it was.
It's
even though it was on the
Queen. Queen is amazing. Freddie Mercury forever.
Fat bottom girls make the rockin' world go round.
I've got something you need to watch. It's
Bicycle Race?
No, it's called Assume the Position, which sounds dirty, and it's supposed to sound dirty.
I mean, it's definitely a dirty thing.
I cannot think of the name of the comedian. It's something Whirl, like WUHL or something like that. He was in the Batman movie, like the 80s, 90s Batman movies, whatever. He does a thing where he teaches a history class at an actual college, and it's called Assume the Position, and it's assume the position that, and he starts talking at one of them. He's got 2 of these. I think they're HBO specials, and one of them he starts doing the whole "We will rock you" thing, right? And it's like you get going, everyone's chanting, and everyone's doing it, and who are they following? This guy, and they show Freddie Mercury, and it's like, And I want to say the position he's following is that like gay chants are as American as apple pie. And so his whole thing is about how like America is based around like gay songs. And it is one of the funniest things, but like everything he says is like historically accurate. If you can find a thing, it's called Assume the Position. It's absolutely hysterical. You should watch it.
Watch Man on a Ledge.
You're going to have to send me a message about that tomorrow while I'm at work, and I will look it up.
What's our movie for this week, John? While you
It's called Babysitter. It just came out on Friday. I will watch it on Thursday.
I will also watch it on Thursday.
All right, I'm going to this time turn the music down before I start it because that's how we roll out the ending.
Yeah, that's how the end of the show works. This is Forget Being Cool. I don't know what episode number this was, but it's a fun one.
It is a fun one.
If you didn't enjoy this, you don't enjoy this show, you can unsubscribe right now.
This is what the show should be.
This is the intended goal of Forget Being Cool for October something 2017. I'm Dave Moore. That's Johnny Yo-Yo Casino.
It's the 16th, by the way.
He does Generational Gamers at the Dayspace podcast network. I do the Xbox Drive and Character Crunch. You guys should listen to those shows as well. If you like Xbox, you can drive with me and Sean Capri.
Yes, and if you like TV shows that he's watching, you'll learn stuff like this. Oh, I can't play it over the music. Never mind. I was going to play a sound clip of you saying something ridiculous, but the music's playing, so I can't.
Okay, John, I'm sorry you couldn't play your sound clip. John, this was How to Operate a Soundboard with Dave Moore and Johnny Casino, and we'll see you guys on Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on the Dayspace YouTube channel.
You realize you have to change that soon, right?
I know, it's Daylight Saving Time or whatever changes things.
Soon, real soon.
I don't know when that is. We have to ask Surrey.
I'll know because the shift will be longer that day.
Bye, guys.
Yes, you have your own commentary. You've been narrated by Dayspace. Dayspace. Dayspace.
Make sure you get on and play one round of Uno with us, John.
All right, let's kill this live stream. Thank you for watching.